Welcome back to my channel. Today is a little off topic. Usually I do makeup videos, but since my channel is called Beginner's Paradise, I thought I might do a couple, maybe even a full series about the waist training community. So I have been waist training for 2 years this August. It's somewhere around late August. I want to say somewhere in between the 20th and the 30th. I can't remember the exact day. I have it on my calendar. I have been inconsistently training, which for those of you who don't know what inconsistently means, found out a lot of people don't know the definition to really common words recently. So I'm going to explain that. Consistently is when you do something like, every day, all the time, or if you have like a set time that you do it. Consistency is just, if I were to do it 8 a.m. today, but then tomorrow I want to do it at 8 a.m. that day, and I do that every single day, is being consistent, doing the same thing over and over a lot. Now that doesn't mean that you have to wear the waist trainer every single day to get results. I wore inconsistently, which for me looked like 2 days a week, anywhere from 2 to 4 hours. However, you can't just like pick and choose when you want to wear it either until after you're done seasoning. What is seasoning, you may ask? Well, seasoning is a 21-day process, at least through Alter Ego Clothing, which I will have their brand. It's going to come in any second now. Alright, so that was their brand. Alter Ego Clothing, also known as AEC, provides guidelines to help you waist train properly and efficiently so you don't tight lace or hurt yourself. It's very important that you follow guidelines when you're going to be waist training. You don't want to hurt your body and you don't want to hurt your investment, because a proper waist trainer can cost you, to me, a pretty penny. Alter Ego Clothing, one of the guidelines that they have is a seasoning process. It's 21 days long and you start off only wearing for 2 hours a day. It slowly increases over time until your final day, day 21, is a whole whopping 8 hours. You can do what's called double seasoning, but you have to have an 8-hour gap in between your seasoning days. So if you do day 1 today, let's say it's 8 o'clock in the morning and you wake up and you have your coffee and you're like, I want to do day 1 of seasoning. Cool. Put it on, lace in there, perfect. You get your 2 hours in. Well, now it's 10 o'clock. So you take off your waist trainer and you time yourself, give yourself an 8-hour window, and you can lace back in. So then technically at 6 p.m. that same day, you can lace back in and do day 2 and do that 2 hours. So you'll stop at like 8 o'clock. So yeah, at 6 o'clock you can lace back in for your 2 hours, and now you've just done day 1 and day 2 within the same day. And you can continue to do that if you want, or you can take breaks, or it just depends on you and your preference. I get a lot of questions personally because I choose to wear mine over my clothes, and I choose to half stealth, which I'll explain what that means another time. This whole video is to address a lot of questions that I get, and this is going to be a part of a series because there are a lot of questions. So for today, I'm allotting a certain amount of time. I'm going to answer as many questions as I can within that time, and as efficiently as I can within that time. I have a little itinerary right here to follow so I don't get too off track, but there is a lot of info, so please bear with me. If you're new to the waist training community, please, please, please do your research. It is so important that you look into what you're doing for your body, that you make sure that you're following the correct guidelines. Sometimes each brand has like different guidelines to follow. I personally only recommend one brand, and I personally only ever shout that brand from the rooftops because I have seen the results that they have given. Their customer service is just through the roof, not to mention the group that they have on Facebook that the founder of the company runs. All of her admins there don't even get paid for what they do, and yet they're constantly spitting out information. They're constantly helping people on a day-to-day basis, answering the same questions hundreds of millions of times, and I don't even know how they do it. So I decided to make a series. It'll probably be more to address as many questions as I can, as many that I get asked or I see is frequently asked, that has a simple explanation, and I'll even go in depth on some of the questions because it does have a bigger answer, I guess you can say, a more detailed answer. So let's just get right into this. I know I just answered like what is seasoning and the fact that there are guidelines to follow and that you should do your own research, absolutely. So we're going to continue on. Number 1, what is waist training? Well, if I had to answer that in a simple answer, it would be that waist training is literally body modification. It trains your waist from board straight, maybe you're like this, maybe you're like that, who knows what your shape is. It trains your waist into an hourglass shape over time through consistent compression when you wear. So if you are wearing consistently, you'll see better results, more of an hourglass shape. If you are wearing inconsistently, you'll still get results. They just probably might not be as good or show as often. For me, it was still fine because my body, I guess, adapts really easily and very quickly, so I'm okay with not wearing every day. Question number 2. Can you work out in your waist trainer? Simple answer to that would be no. More descriptive answer would be a lot of people get a proper waist trainer confused with a cincher, which could be latex, some of them have steel bones, whatever, fashion corset, faja, like so many different things have been misbranded as a proper waist trainer or even just sold as a waist trainer, and they don't do jack squat. So just to let you know, if it's advertised as something like a sweat belt where you can work out in it, or they're saying that you should work out in it or that you could work out in it, it's not a proper waist trainer. There are just so many things out there, so I'm just gonna squash that right now. If it ain't steel, it ain't real. And if it stretches, it's certainly not a proper waist trainer. If you didn't have to get fitted for it, if it's a one size fits all, it's not a proper waist trainer. And you could possibly hurt yourself by wearing it, and please, please, please don't work out in it. Even if it is a latex cincher or faja, it's just not gonna produce the results that you are actively trying to achieve. It may give you results regardless. I have seen some weirdly crazy results of ladies who wore cinchers consistently and worked out hardcore and drank a lot of water, but it's just not necessarily like correlating with the fact that they wore a cincher. So just to squash that out there, if it ain't steel, it ain't real. All proper waist trainers are corsets, but not all corsets are proper waist trainers. And that's where fashion corsets come into things. A fashion corset is different than a proper waist trainer. A proper waist trainer will never, ever, ever be an overbust waist trainer. They'll never have straps to hold them up. They'll never have, the same things as what you see as like a girdle, I guess you could say. A lot of people get the overbust fashion corsets with the bones that come like all the way up to their boobs, and they think that that's going to give them the same results as waist training consistently, consecutively with a proper waist trainer. And I'm here to tell you that it won't. If you want to go and get a proper waist trainer, even if it's not by the brand that I'm recommending, please just make sure to look into that brand through and through, top to bottom. Look into everything. It took me over a year and a half of scoping out this group, looking into everything I could, and then I got pregnant. So then I had a whole another year pretty much of figuring out if I really wanted to purchase, if it was worth it. I had to go through so much research, and now I'm out here to spread good information, positive feedback, and proper information to keep everything in line, because there's so much misinformation out there. So I just want to squash as much of it as I can. So quick answer is no, you cannot work out in it. That's just a serious no-no. Question number 3, super common question actually, is it hard to breathe? Well, no, actually. The best answer I can give you is no. If it is hard to breathe, if it is constricting you that much, that's why there's guidelines to follow. AEC has their seasoning guide, and in their seasoning guide, it says that 2 inches for reduction is the max. Reduction is measuring the difference between what your waist is like with it relaxed and off versus what your waist is like when it is on and you're laced in. So if I measure as 26 inches with it off and my body is relaxed, then I can go as far as 24 inches laced in. Now, since I'm past seasoning, past the 21-day seasoning process, I can technically lace in further as long as I'm listening to my own body and trusting myself and my, making sure I'm not feeling any pain, uncomfortability, that I can breathe right, all of those things come into play. So if you're having problems breathing, if you're getting weird jolts of pain in areas that you haven't before, then you've got it on too tight. Best option is just loosen up and try again. You don't want to hit that 2-inch mark. A lot of new people or people that are new to the waist training community or proper waist training in general, they think that immediately when they get their waist trainer, they need to just squeeze everything in to 2 inches or more, like immediately right off the bat. That's how they're going to see results, is lacing in as tight as they can handle it and then wearing it for as long as they can. And that is not true. You can break your investment, which, like I said, to me is a lot of money, or you can hurt yourself. Tight lacing is absolutely not recommended. Hurting your body is not going to get you any farther than anybody else who's been doing this, for years. In fact, the people who've been doing this for years have gotten so far in their progress that is why people like me make videos like this. Almost 2 years into my journey, and I have lost 30 pounds and 6 inches off of my natural waist without diet or exercise, just by trusting the process of proper waist training, proper lacing, and following the guidelines and continually doing my research. And I urge each and every one of you to continue to do the same. So in short, no, it doesn't hurt to breathe. It's not hard to breathe. I can breathe just fine. I can breathe in a full breath of air. I could technically, walk around with it on and it's fine. But like I said, no working out in it. Don't do it. You could hurt yourself. Don't do it. No working out in it. No. Should you ever cycle off wearing it? This question actually came from my sister. Shout out to Allison Nguyen. I will put her YouTube link in my description. She does vlogging and like all sorts of stuff. Her channel is amazing. At least go check it out. I am not good enough at describing this. I apologize for my munchkin over here that won't stop asking me questions. So, question, should you cycle off wearing it? No? Honestly, I don't have a full answer to that. The main thing is it's completely up to you, your comfortability, and what you want and what your goals are. If your goal is like this dramatically different body than what you have, I would say consistently wear. Get seasoning over with, and then after that, wear it every single day for as long as you want. Like, I know some people who have gone as long as 14 to 15 hours a day wearing their waist trainer. As long as you're laced in properly and you're listening to your body, it doesn't hurt, you're not uncomfortable, you can breathe fine. Wear it for as long as you can. Strut that thing around and just let it do its job. Feel the compression, feel your body changing, do it. Now, if you're like me and you've got a lot of crap going on in your life and you're just not sure if you can commit to lacing in every day, I'm sure I can commit, but I really don't have the opportunity to. So if you're like me and you've got issues, things that are in the way, I honestly cycle off because I feel like my body is different than others. I've got a very good sense of how my body works, and I feel like if I don't take a break or if I were to wear daily, I actually see a decrease in my results than if I cycle off. So I wear, if I can, I wear daily, and I'll wear for like 4 days, right? So I'll go Saturday to Tuesday wearing 6 hours. Then I'll take a break Wednesday and go Thursday and Friday only wearing for 2 hours those 2 days. And then Saturday to Tuesday, I'll go back to 6 hours. If I don't give my body enough of a rest period or, enough of a break, I feel like I honestly halt my results either altogether or it starts to decrease and I really just don't see them anymore. Even with comparing pictures and going back and forth about things. But again, that's just my personal body. Some people, they need those hours. They need to wear consistently or they're not going to see results at all. And it's really important that you know how your body works in order to get the results that you want to get. Some people have to diet and exercise. Some people are fine without it, So cycle off wearing it is really up to you and your body and how you feel. So always, always, always take note of what your results are and how to achieve them. Set a goal board maybe and go from there. Another common question that I see is there a limit to how big they can be made? I really don't think so. I have seen some very large, curvy women in the group that I am a part of. Facebook link is down there to the Waist Training 101 group. The admins, mods, everybody in that group is flipping bam awesome. You're gonna love it if you join it. There is a lot of information there, so you can stay tuned for my 3-part series and the rest of my waist training info, which I'm sure will be featured somewhere in the group at some point. But is there a limit to how big they can be made? The answer is no. Not that I'm aware of. If there was, I'm sure you would have to be like freakishly obese, like can't even get up off the couch kind of obese. I'm not even sure if it's impossible for one to be made to help. I honestly don't know. It's not something that I've fully looked into or asked, but like I said, I have seen some very large women and men in the waist training community that fit beautifully into their waist trainers, that look absolutely flawless wearing their garments. So if you are really, really big and you've been discouraged and you think a latex cincher is a waist trainer and you're going that route, I want to tell you right now, stop. Don't waste the money on a latex cincher. Don't waste the money on a fake. If you want to go and get the real darn thing, look up Alter Ego Clothing. Link will be down there for the group. Link will be down there for Alter Ego's personal Facebook page. Go get yourself a size consult and figure out what's going to work best for your body. I have seen some, I'm not going to cuss in this video, but some amazing transformations and results and progress from bigger women, and my gosh, it is so inspiring to see these ladies with their weight loss transformation and their curves and bam boom pow. Like, oh my goodness, it is just absolutely inspiring. And I'm a small person and it gets me motivated for sure. So it looks like that's all I have for today on jam-packed information for this video. Stay tuned because this is only part 1. My journey and my experience is going to be uploaded as well into a separate video where I talk about why and who, what, when, where, why for me. So that's coming up. Please keep your eyes peeled. If you haven't subscribed already, please hit that button or the like button. There is going to be more about waist training, more questions being answered. There's going to be a lot of stuff that is coming up that is just pow. So please absolutely stay tuned. I'm trying to just get as much info out there as possible. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for staying tuned. Thank you for everything. Stay tuned for the upcoming videos. Part 2 will be coming out shortly. Thank you so much, guys.